Now, tell me a little bit about Midfield Group, because when you say it like that, it really undersells the scale.
Good. Midfield was founded by my father, was started by my father in 1975, so we're 50 years young this year, and he's no longer with us, but still a few of the original employees that have been with us 49 years, and from my father to the original employees to a lot of people in between, they've built up a business nowadays that we have farming operations, beef, sheep and dairy, and Western Victoria and South Australia. Feedlots, a couple of feedlots, abattoir, processing beef and lamb, so we do a bit there, and then also a dairy factory in Penola.
We are in the Northern Territory. It's traditionally a live export part of the world, but the potential is there to send to other markets. You made the point today that Victoria is as far away as Dinmore for a lot of these producers. So what's the potential for this area of the world with processors?
Yep. Potential, there's two sides to it. If live export needs to be there, because we need the competition there. There's been a few abattoirs start up in this part of the world over the years, and for whatever reason they haven't continued. That's that. But the potential with road freight nowadays, the roads are better, the trucks are better, we can get more volume, we can do it more efficiently. We know how to freight animals better. We can actually gain weight. During the freight part of their journey, and the infrastructure's better. So once they're on the truck, they're on the truck. And Victoria's not a long way away. Queensland's not a long way away. It's a destination. It's what we do between here and there is what makes the difference.
How do you prepare cattle for that kind of long haul journey?
First, we've got to pick the right cattle, cattle that are fit to travel, and that's all it should ever be, whether it's 50 kilometres or 5,000 kilometres. But it's having the right people at loading, preparing the cattle, hydrating the cattle, making sure the cattle are fed and rested, loaded correctly, the right pen densities, the right truck drivers, having experienced cattlemen, not experienced truck drivers, experienced cattlemen, and that's all the difference. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the potential for the Brahman breed. You process some down there in Victoria, but what role do they play in your business?
Big role in your business. So back historically, in the 80s and 90s, abattoirs would have shutdown periods. They'd close down for 1, 2, 3, 4 months of a year. In the quieter season or the off season, the meat workers, if we call it that, they'd either not work or they'd go shearing or follow the season, go to another abattoirs in another part of the country. That's how it worked. Nowadays, people don't move for work like they used to. They don't follow the work like they used to. Hence, and there's a lot of alternatives to work. So we, the processors, we need to be working 52 weeks of the year because our people, they've got commitments, they've got mortgages, they've got kids, they've got all these sort of things. So they've got commitments, we've got commitments, and it's a highly skilled job. It's not a knucklehead's job. And so if we want to retain these people, we need to keep working. So to keep working, we need to source livestock from different areas because of seasonality. But Australia's a big paddock, and it just means we take the good with the bad. And in the winter months or the wetter months, when down south the livestock numbers dry up, we've always come north, and we'll go as far north as we can go.
What are you looking for in your Brahman herd?
Cattle.
Are there any particular traits that producers can prepare their cattle for that you're looking for?
Every producer should run their operation to suit what works best for them, and typically we only buy the culls, which is cows, bulls, all that sort of stuff. So they are what they are. Obviously, the more weight, the better, because that gives us efficiency in freight and processing and these sort of things. But everything's priced accordingly. A light skinny cow is priced accordingly. A good heavy trade cow has a higher value. So it's not an issue what they are, as long as they're fit and healthy, and we can handle them. But say some call cull cattle a byproduct of the industry. Without a cow, you don't get a weaner. So they're not a byproduct of the industry; they're part of the industry.
I just want to ask you really quickly about the social licence. You mentioned that in your presentation today, and the social licence to operate is becoming paramount for every part of the supply chain. So how do you see that?
It's hugely important, and the social licence, it's a reputation. And as an industry, as businesses, and that's your brand. And if the industry is taking it more and more serious these days, but it starts at farm, finishes in the restaurant. It is paddock to plate, that issue. Social licence is more in our face nowadays, or it's more advertised or marketed out there, because camera, the advent of camera phones and social media and all these sort of things. But it's very dangerous. People take a clip or perception of an event. Sometimes what happened before it's edited out, what happened after it's edited out. So then us, the processor, the farmer, the carrier, whatever the butcher may be, then we get in defence mode, and we're defending something we shouldn't have to defend. Sometimes we're guilty, a lot of the times we're not. And it's important that people understand that the industry we operate in is quite complex. Animals, they have a personality of their own, and sometimes it doesn't align with what we're trying to do with them. But by and large, I think Australia does it better than anywhere, and with the complexity of our industry and diversity of where we are, and I just think Australia does it well, but we can do it better.
Always. Dean McKenna, thank you for your time.
All right, thanks, Joan.
Thanks.